What's up out there? This is the second entry into this series. What we are doing is taking a Templar through the campaign. I hope to make this into an Inquisitor, and we are running Absolution. We're going to see how far this gets. I just got through Act 1. We are coming into Act 2, so I have a point to apply. We're going to put that on this int node right here. That way we can come through Faith and Steel, and we're going to end up over at Spiritual Aid and Divine Wrath at some point. I don't know which one we're going to take where, but we're going to go up through that general direction, and that's why we're going through here. Now, when I first get into the town here, what I like to do is look through the different weapons that we've got and see if there's anything that's going to be better than what I have. This is going to give 12% increased elemental damage, so we'll go ahead and buy that and see if I can get that upgraded into something better. Need to reorganize this stuff a little bit better over there, and we're going to try to see if we have any better armor or any other gear. So this is 48 and 13. That's 48 and 13, no change there. The shield has just got an energy shield of 6. That's got 18, but it's going to take a little bit higher level. We'll go ahead and bank that for now. This is 22 and 7 for armor and energy shield. This one's going to be better. Gloves. We need gloves. Armor and energy shield boots, 30 and 7. We'll go ahead and grab that. Evasion. I don't really want to deal with evasion and energy shield. I'd like to keep going with armor and energy shield throughout the rest of this. And let's see here. We've got that, which does 10% increased elemental damage. I don't see any, yeah, there's nothing better over there. So do the same thing we do throughout the rest of this. We're going to quality these up and then run these orbs of binding across it. That way I get the max linked sockets that I can get for each piece. These do have, oddly enough, we're getting 10% increased movement speed already on the boots, so that's great. We've got this already with the sockets I need, so I'm going to move Absolution down here, move all these gems over this way. That way I can swap out this helmet. +1 level of +1 level of all minion skill gems. That's going to be a big boost, right? Yeah, so that'll be a little bit of boost off of this. So we're going to go from 26 to 40. Yeah, so that's going to add some damage on there. We need to wait on, let's see, I need to get rid of that. We need to wait on being able, oh, that's minions increased damage too. I didn't even realize that. So we're going to need to wait for 1 level to in order to equip this shield, which has already got all the socket colors I need. Let's see, this got 34% increased spell damage, increased cold. Probably not ideal. Does a little bit of extra light. No, that's cold. That's cold. We can move this Holy Relic over to here. Am I using? Yeah, I'm basically using some Holy Relic. So we're going to look at this. 181 DPS, 22 to 34, 42 to 134. 186.6. That is a little bit better DPS. 27 to 41 Fizz. A little less Fizz, 42 to 134. 43 to 127, so a little bit less on the higher end. What we could do, let's run to the hideout real quick. Let's see if we can roll a decent lightning modifier on here. That's adding some cold. Let's see, this is not very scientific. 181.9. Yeah, 235. So that went up quite a bit in damage. Appears to be anyway. I know that tooltip's not very accurate. You're going to hear me saying that a lot. I know the tooltip's not accurate. It's just a quick gauge. Is it doing better? If it goes up significantly, then chances are that's probably good. I hate copying and pasting into POB. It's not something I enjoy. So unless I'm really working on my gear, I don't bother with it. So we're going to blast through the rest here. You know what I don't have yet either? I do not have a Quicksilver Flask. And one thing I'm also noticing is we're running out of mana fairly quickly, so we probably want to get something better with Let's see if she's got a Quicksilver. She does not. All right, we're about to level up. So that means that we have access to this shield. Swap that out. Dump that thing off to the side. We can get rid of all this stuff. I don't think those are doing very well. Let's see. We also have a point to apply. We're going to go up into armor and energy shield. And then we can continue forward. So I come up this way and do the Chamber of Sins first. I used to go off to the right there and do the bandit camp first, but I kind of started going into this direction here. I don't know how important it is, but I've started doing this way. I wish I could get a Quicksilver. You know, I wonder if I have one in my stash. I should look at that because I might actually have one. That would put us at level 16. So we're going to go ahead and go this direction here. Should be able to do the next part of this. All right, next level up, we're going to go into Faith and Steel. And let's see. Don't know if I'm going the right way. Definitely not. Oh, don't want to go that way. That is the Ascendancy. Took a wrong turn. So we are going to take Skitterbots and put those down here and turn those on. That is done. Oh, we get a reward. Herald of Purity. Herald of Thunder. I think we're going to take Herald of Thunder. Throw that on. Set that down here. Probably going to need to get some mana regen going. Still no Quicksilver. Oh, I do have a Quicksilver. Used when charges reach full. And that should be good enough. We'll take that. Throw that in here. Okay, so now we go over to here. And now I go down to this other side. And we're going to get Quicksilver flasks. Oh, you know what? I want to change over to Flame Dash as well. Now let's see. Where is Frosty Blink? That is here. We'll swap that out. We can go over here. I just like having the ability to actually dash multiple times. That way, if my Quicksilver flask is down, I can at least, or even whether it's up or not, I can at least get a little bit more faster movement. Now, I do tend to kill a lot of things as I'm going. That is a bit of a waste of time. I know this is not the most efficient way of getting through everything. However, I do like to spend a little bit of time going through and just understanding the build, getting points to apply into the build, things like that. That's why you'll see me spending a little bit of time getting some extra kills, doing some of the quests that are probably useless and may not matter until the end or something like that. It's part of the process that I use. Again, it's probably not the best process, but I don't know where I'm going with these builds just yet. And I like to get a sense of combat and how it feels. And this just gives me an opportunity to try the build out, see if it's going to do what I want it to do, get some points in, get used to how it flows, like what buttons I want to hit where, what skills I want to put on which button, things like that. So it's probably a waste of time to a lot of people, but for me, it's just how I play. This is one of those extra things. I don't think I want to mess with it. I do have a point to apply, though. I think I tried that extra thing up there where that doorway was, and it really didn't get me much. It got like a unique I had already gotten or something. Okay, skill point goes into armor and energy shield, and we are off. Nope, we have another point to put in. I totally missed that. Go into int over here. And after taking pretty much every exact wrong turn throughout the entire path, we are finally here. And that boss just got melted. Goodbye. So it's interesting with these builds. Sometimes I get that feels like a really good boss melter right there. Like that guy just got deleted. Sometimes these builds just don't end up that good. Like they start off really well and they seem like they're going to go pretty far, and then they just don't. All right, so we've got 2 points. We're going to go into these minion nodes here. Increased damage and life. This has got increased attack and cast. I I guess we want increased life. I'll probably end up taking this whole wheel. Maybe. We'll see what happens. We also have minion speed support, which... I would have to pull something out. Let's see what happens. This says... Minions deal 1 to 17 of additional lightning damage. So if I take that out... Minions don't deal any additional damage. What happens if I put this on? It just says minion 216.7 versus 284. But this doesn't really indicate how much that's going to affect them. 47 to 72 lightning damage. 52 to 152. So that does a lot more lightning damage with that added. Probably don't want to take that out. Arcane Surge gives you a little... Elemental Prolift gives you a chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. Let's try this and see how it goes. Okay, so the next thing I do is to come up to the first bandit cave up here. All right, let's see how the first bandit fight goes. Throw that down. Mana is definitely going to be an issue, but he is dead, and that went fairly quickly. All right, this ringmail coat has a big upgrade, so we're going to look at putting that on. Is there a helmet that's better? 17 and 5, no. Yeah, so there's a little better gloves. Basically, this is kind of the routine that I get into. I go through and upgrade my gear as often as I can, or I try to. I don't worry too much about the stats that are on the gear, like resistances and everything. I know I need to. I know I definitely need to worry about that a lot more. I just don't get too caught up in it early on. All blue. And then we'll swap this out, and then we'll do Orb of Storms, Arcane Surge, LE Prolif. Get rid of that thing. This just needs a couple of blue sockets in it. And we should be able to swap that out to there. And then we can go and sell this, and this. Get rid of all that. So on the resistance front, we've got 46, 81, and 47. It definitely needs to be better. I could go start crafting things, but I'm not really dying right now. I do want to run over to the hideout real fast. So we've got Orb of Storms. Let's put Overcharge on here. I've never used that. One thing that we can do, one option that I do have... Oh, that thing that lets you, is the tabula rasa. I thought I had a tabula rasa, but apparently I don't. All right, so we're going to go back out this way yonder. Make sure that everything is turned on. What else do we have? Herald of Thunder. I do have Herald of Thunder on. We've got Summon Holy Relic and Skitterbots. That's on. We've got the Holy Relic out. You know what I'm not using is this Lightning Warp. I'm going to get rid of that so it doesn't... If I get too many extra gems in here, it gets kind of confusing because I don't remember what I have for what. All right, we should be good. Starting to pick up a little bit of steam now. The early game is always very slow for me. So the first thing I like to do over here is chase down that spider. I think we're going to have to go this route for it. I like to get the portal, and then if I try to look for the spider first... Sometimes I run into the... I wonder if that spider's up in that other area. Might have passed it. Might end up in the other quest first, but I like to do the spider one as soon as I can. It's usually along the outside. In this case, we ran into this guy first. Or Alira. So that fight is over with, and we leveled up. So we're going to go up into Righteous Army, which gives me regen, gives them regen, and minions deal additional damage. I really want Spiritual Aid so I can get their increases come to mind. I also should probably look at putting Righteous Fire in here at some point because that's going to increase. I need to get my life regen up severely, though. That increases the amount of spell damage you get. I always wondered why people put that in their builds. I could never understand it. I always thought it was like a main skill, but it's actually adds spell damage, so I thought that was kind of cool once I figured that trick out. Since I found the bandit camp over that way, I'm going to guess the spider's probably up this way. And there is the spider. I always get lost in this place, too. Weaver fight. Drop that down. Let's see what we can do here. Grab that for selling. This is working really well. I need to get Mana Leech or something on here, I think. I don't know how close Mana Leech is. Or a lot more mana regen, because that would help out a lot. Alright, so we got Malagaro's Spike is done. Alright, we need to go over here. We need to go find the... Should be off this direction. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's another bandit camp over here, too. Forgot about that. Speaking of bandit camps, there we go. Why are you running away, buddy? Alright, that takes care of that. Oh, you know what? We have a point to put in, so we'll go grab minion damage, bring that up. There's the portal. There's the Val Ruins. And away we go. Alright, so we get to corrupt something. I'll go find a piece of gear to go corrupt. I want to level up before we go back, though. Drop a portal in here. Close to leveling up anyway. This might offer some new opportunities to equip something, so I want to just go tinker with it and see what I get. There we go. This way here. Oh, actually this is where I want to go. Right out to that portal. Got a point to put in, which this means we get spiritual aid. So we're going to go from 369 damage with 69 to 211 lightning damage. That's a significant upgrade. That is a significant upgrade in damage. Okay, so we can get the thingy we need from him. Get that picked up. Oh, we also get another point. I think at this... I'm not going to worry about coming out to the rest of these just yet. I think I want to come down here and start picking up this elemental damage and this fizz and lightning damage. What we'll probably do is come over here around to Divine Wrath first, because that gives gain percentage of physical damage is extra lightning damage. I'll come into Divine Judgment if I could speak. I'll probably come around here and pick up Divine Wrath first and then go into Divine Judgment. I think we've also got some other lightning somewhere up in here I thought I saw. So we're going to be coming over to probably Heart of Thunder and Breath of Lightning at some point. That's going to be a long way out, so we'll probably go off that way. Come over here first, get more immediate damage, and then come off this way. This would be where I want to POB something, because I want to look at what's along the way and see what's there. That's a long way to travel, but that might be the way to go. So that'll be like a POB quest there. Quick look at gear to see if we have anything better. Increased spell damage. I don't know if that's going to be better until I get there or not. So I'm going to just park that off to the side for now. You know what? I totally forgot to go grab a unique. I just happen to have this Storm Prison Spiraled Wand. Oh, still not everything's dead down here. I just happen to have this Storm Prison Spiral Wand. You'll notice that I don't have hardly any of my flasks rolled. At this stage of the game, I don't really roll flasks or deal with a whole lot of it just yet. I will eventually. It's when I start noticing that I have problems, that's when I start dealing with it. Otherwise, I don't mess around with it too much. Probably should. It's just not something I do. Okay, we've got another level up. So let's pick increased elemental damage. And then this maze of a place. I always get lost in here. I'm sure there's probably some way of telling where to go, but I always end up going the wrong direction. We are just about at the boss fight. I'm going to take the opportunity to go ahead and just level up right now. It might be a little bit of a waste of time trying to level up there, but before I fight a boss, if I'm fairly close to leveling, I like to actually just get that last level in, so then I get a little bit more damage. Like we're going to get increased lightning damage, which is going to go from 142 to 410 to 148 to 422. So just a little bit of damage on there, but that little bit of damage might help out. I also drop a portal here just in case. Hit this, and then we wait. All right, boss fight time. Drop that down. Hopefully get our minions going here. Need some better mana sustain. Gonna have to work on that for the next act. Drop this thing off again. Oh. Almost missed that. That was fast. That was a fast fight. Normally he spits the minions out quite a bit. So I'm very happy with the way this build is running right now. This is running extremely well. Very, very well. It's almost scary how good it's running because I almost feel like it's going to turn off at some point. It's just going to be garbage. That's a lot of times what happens with these builds is they start off really strong in the campaign and I'm like, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. And then at some point they just drop off to nothing very quickly. I did learn you have to talk to her. You can't skip that conversation. And that was Act 2. So I am very, very happy with the way this build is going. We are at level 24, so I think it's 33 when we could do our Ascendancy, so I can't do anything with the Ascendancy just yet. But very happy with the way the build is coming so far. This is kind of my process. I just go try things out, see how they work. Come in here, go get my portal for this. And this is pretty much the process that I have. So that is going to do it for this episode. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.